Our Doug Dunbar is up bright and early with us this morning, or Doug, we like to say dark and early at this time of morning. You are live in Van Horn, and there won't be a pilot on board the New Shepard, and Jeff Bezos says with Wally on board, they really won't need one.
Yeah, this is different than Branson's thing. A week and a half ago, that was a space plane. They brought it back down. It glided in for a landing, much like an airplane. Here we have the traditional rocket and a capsule, and the capsule will get released from the rocket. And then they'll basically, Karen, they'll do roughly 3.5 to 4 minutes is kind of the estimation of once it's released and gets up in the upper reaches, over 300,000 feet in the air. That's the weightless opportunity as the capsule then goes up to the very top of the apex and then begins to come back down and make its way back to Earth. And yes, Bezos is correct. I've spent a lot of time with Wally Funk over the years, but recently we've gotten together a couple of times before we came out here. And the way I describe it, she's 82 years old. She's got the energy of a 28-year-old, and Mr. Bezos now realizes that.
Oh, I think the whole world realizes it now just watching her. And we understand, though, it's not just the crew that's going to be joining her in space. You know, you got to spend a little time with her, as you mentioned, and she's doing something special for you and in honor of something close to your heart. Tell us about it.
Yeah. She made the kindest offer when we got together last week. It was the last time we saw each other before she came out. I have a key ring that I keep with me, and those who watch us on CBS 11, and Karen, you've been involved and a big supporter, we raise a lot of money for the cancer fight. And I've got this key ring of photos that are my honored heroes, the cancer warriors that I have fought so hard for, along with the efforts of CBS 11 and my family. We've raised a lot of money over the years, and Wally offered to take all of those honored heroes, the pictures of them on that key ring, into space for me and for all of us. And it honors and salutes those who have lost the battle, but it also honors and salutes those who are still alive and still with us and still fighting so hard. So, it's an anecdote. It's a little side headline that most people probably won't know anything about, but we all will. And it makes Wally that much more special to all of us with what she's done today. As I say, here she is, the grandest stage of her lifetime, but taking a moment to think about other people.
That's just the kind of person she is, isn't it? And let's talk a little bit about this actual adventure for them. I mean, the whole world is going to be watching. What can we expect in terms of a timeline here?
So, assuming everything goes fine, I can tell you right now, it's hard to see, it's dark, but the sun is rising. We have a mostly clear sky. So weather-wise, I'm not the expert, but don't see anything that would preclude launch. Assuming everything technically goes just fine, launch scheduled for 8 o'clock. The rocket will go skyward. The New Shepard rocket will power them up to 2,300 miles an hour. That is 3 times the speed of sound. You don't really sense that. There'll be some G-load. You'll sink in your seat almost like you're on a roller coaster, a little bit on liftoff, but once it kind of gets up to speed, 3 times the speed of sound, it'll reach the designated altitude for release, and then the capsule will come off. And then, as we've seen in videos already from Blue Origin, that capsule makes its arc, comes back down, and then there'll be drogue chutes that pop that slow the capsule down. Then the big 3 parachutes that will bring it back down gently to the West Texas desert. And my understanding is on the base of that lander, there's a few rockets under there that will fire just a little bit, a few seconds worth, right before touchdown, that will basically ease their landing on the floor of the West Texas desert. And all in all, Karen, think about this, 2 decades of planning and dreams come down to about 10 to 11 minutes this morning, and that's about it.
It's so hard to fathom, but yeah, in less than an hour and a half, we'll be watching all live, the entire world. Doug, thanks so much. Appreciate it.